Now here's something else. Could you, if you didn't want to invest in a cut-in paintbrush at the angle and stuff, don't get one of those ones that go straight across. Okay, get one that's angled. You see what I mean? I got a 2-inch, I got a 2.5 inch. You know, this thing probably costs close to 20 bucks. This one costs close to $10. It might be more nowadays because I bought those many years ago. But if you're thinking, I don't know if I'm even going to be doing any other painting, or maybe there's just one project and I just need to get this one bedroom painted and that's it. I'm not going to spend all this money for all this stuff. Can I do it with cut-in paintbrushes? Yeah, you get a 2-inch, a 3-inch, a 2.5 inch, whatever. I used that 2-inch, and I was able to cut in up at the top along the edges of the door casing, down at the baseboard, cut in around all this kind of stuff. You know, I was able to do that really good. Could I keep doing that cut-in, that crummy throwaway paintbrush down at the bottom because I masked that all off? Yeah, I could. Could I cut in around all these door frames? Probably. I could probably do it. In fact, I'm wondering if I should do that just to show you that it's possible. You know, I don't know. I'm going to think about that. And because, again, other painters have been here before I got here. This condo's 45 years old. There's some paint up there. There's some paint there. There's a little bit of paint around there. There's all kinds of paint on the edges of the top of the baseboard. There's still bits and pieces of painting around the door casings and the window frames and that kind of stuff. So could I get by with that throw-in paintbrush? You know, in all of these different areas? Probably. I probably could if I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to think about that as I'm getting ready to get into the next paint. And as for pulling up this masking tape, I've been messing around for the last 15-20 minutes making a couple extra video tips and different things like that. And so, you know, all you have to do is leave this on there for 15-20 minutes, as long as you can touch your paint, and if it's just skin dry, you know what I mean? If it's dry to the touch, you can pull up that masking tape. So I'm going to pull up that masking tape. Seems as though I haven't wiped off and cleaned off the paintbrush yet or anything like that, because remember I went ahead and painted that wood at the top again for a second coat and around all those coat hangers, those clips there and all that. And talking to you, my paintbrush is still okay, and so I'm going to pull that up. If I feel I have to do any touch up then down at the baseboard, I can do it then. Alrighty. Speaking of tips, here's another tip for you, because I've got the craft paper. Okay, I just left that piece in there when I was doing all the touch up with that gallon container. I got the gallon container out there now, but there was a couple times when I was wiping off my paintbrush off the edge of that little deal and it splattered. I could hear it, I could see it, and the beauty is I could see exactly where it was. I could say, okay, I should be more careful, I should do this, I should do that, and I can see it right on the craft paper, and then I could walk around that, make sure I didn't step on that. If it was right out in the middle where I was going to put my feet, I could wipe it up with a sponge, let's say. Do all kinds of stuff like that with this craft paper. When I get done with this whole job, if this piece is still good, and if I still have it, because I have it folded up, it's 3 foot wide, it's 6 feet long, I might save it and use it somewhere else. Okay, so if I had a drop down there, a plastic down there, I'm never going to see any stuff like that. And then I possibly might get on my feet, walk out on the carpet, walk out on the tile, all that kind of stuff. And as for this stuff, let's see, it's almost dry, the big pieces. There's a big one there. But see, I could just do that. and it will dry quicker on that one. But as for all these, this little bit there was where it spilled off the paintbrush. All that is dry. That's going to dry in just a few minutes, and I know exactly where it is, so I'm going to leave that there. Pull up the masking tape. If I have to do any tight touch up on there or something, which I don't think I will, but if I have to, I've got the craft paper there. I know where the wet paint was or whatever. Okay, craft paper, baby. You got to get some of that. You can get it at most any local hardware store. This is it. And it might not be called craft paper, K-R-A-F-T. It might be called resin paper, R-E-S-I-N, or rosin paper. And most of the time it comes red, kind of like this. Years ago, it was just like it was like a cardboard color, you know, grocery bag color. And they still have that too. That's called building paper. That's got some black tar stuff in it. You could use that too. Okay, it's just whenever I see this at the store, if they've got the resin paper like this, I'll get that rather than the other stuff. But if they only have the other one, go for it. Okay, that was fine. Now, do you see any paint on the top edge of the base? You see it? That's not from me. That's from other painters over years of painting this condo. This condo's 45 years old, and so, you know, I'm not going the extra mile and cleaning all that off and doing all that kind of stuff. That wasn't part of the project. Now, if somebody really wanted to, later on they can, and then they could do some little touch-up painting or something, because it's going to be very difficult to get all that stuff off. But hey, you decide. Again, you decide. And speaking of pulling the masking tape off, the masking tape is only straight as how you install it. If you install it crooked, your paint edge is going to be crooked, especially if this wall was a different color and the baseboard was a different color, and you weren't going to paint the baseboard and it was an off-white, but yet you're painting the walls gray, and you're not going to paint the baseboard. And if you want to put the masking tape on there, you can, but you just remember that line is only going to be as straight as you install your masking tape. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with this closet, other than doing touch-up if I have to, you know what I mean? And I just take my little drop. This is my drop that I can slide over. Now this next paint, I'm not going to use it out of a can. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it that way, like this. Okay, I'm just going to pour some paint in my little tray, and then I'll get my little donut box, and I'll set my donut box on top of the resin paper, and I'll sit there, and then I'll dab right from this. Right from the pan. Do you see what I mean? And then I can kind of wipe off some paint. I don't have to do it like that. If you don't want to do that, you want to do it this way, that's fine. It's just it's easier for me to do it that way, so I know how much paint to dip on there, because after a while you dip it in there, you dip too far, or you turn around and you whack the paint bucket and you tip it over onto the carpet or something like that. You know what I mean? I've seen it happen. All right. So and then, you know, when I do all the cut in for the base, see, I'll use my craft paper and do all the cut in down low. Okay. And then when I get to the window, I'll do the bottom edge, and I'll do the two edges however far I can reach as I'm standing there, let's say. You see what I mean? Same thing with the doors and the closet door frames and the casings on the doors. Do you see what I mean? Then after that, it's going to be too difficult to use that. It's going to be too difficult to use this to stand there. I don't have a 6-foot ladder with me. You can hang this off the 6-foot ladder, dip it in there for the stuff up high, you know. But I'll just get on my little 3 steps step ladder like that, and then I've got a little container where I put it in my hand. Where is it? I saw it here. It might be underneath the table. I can show you that later. I can either do it that way, or I can take any paint tray container. See, I can clean all this stuff out. I can put a little paint in there, and I can just hold on to that if I want, if that's all I got. And I might do that. But this other thing, like I say, it's somewhere. It's somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where it is. I might have put it under. I might have put it under here. No. I'm not sure where. Oh, you know what? I think I know where it is. I brought this other. Man, the light in here is just not very good. Okay, it's in here. Okay, let me just humor me here for a minute. Get you out here in the light. Okay. If I just had a little container like this, you know, for eating my lunch, or having something in there, I could use that. Okay, but this was the thing I wanted to show you. I'm gonna set this up. I'm gonna set you up in the bedroom. Let's go back in the bedroom. There's more light in there. Okay, sorry about all the stuff, but I trust you're still learning. And this is what I do. I'm an average Joe. I'm not a professional at anything. But when I get done, it looks like I'm a professional. And this is just how I make videos on the fly. You don't have to be anything perfect or special to make videos, okay? Here you go. It's a handy paint cup. And it's got a little magnet there, and you can put your paintbrush right there, and you put your paint in there. And crack me up. Some people think you're supposed to carry it like that. Your wrist is going to get sore. You don't do that. You put your hand like that. It just hangs off your hand, see? So I'll put some paint. I'm not going to put paint way up high. I'm just going to put this much paint. That's it. When that gets done, I'll put a little bit more paint in. That way if I want to move the ladder and I want to hang on to the paint, my paintbrush, I can put it right there. Every throwaway paintbrush or good brush has that metal. It's got the metal right there. See, I haven't even washed this out yet. And you just put it on there, see? So I can put it on like that. I don't want the paint too deep. If I drop this, the whole thing's going to go down in there if I got the paint up too high. Plus you got to carry this when you're doing all your paint cut in. And it's going to get heavy after a while. So see, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to use this when I get up high. When I do all the high stuff, anything where I can't get with that other thing. Could I use this? Could I use this for the bottom too and crawl around? Yeah, I probably could, but it's not the most convenient thing. But I could do that too. So see, I've got different options. This thing was probably less than $10. All right, so that's probably the container that I'm going to use to do all my cut-in way up high. When I do the cut-in way up high, do I need anything underneath me? I could put this craft paper back down if I want, but I'm pretty good when it comes to this, and I can wipe. I just have to be careful when I'm wiping the paintbrush off so it doesn't dribble off the side. If it dribbles off the side, I'm not going to know it, and it's going to get on my carpet. So could I just slide this craft paper around? Yeah, I could. It's only my little 6-foot piece. I just slide it as I go. I'm going to have to move my ladder. There's only so much I can cut in off a ladder anyways. So after I move the ladder, after I move my little 3-step ladder, I just take my foot, slide it over, put my ladder on there, get up there, slide it over, do whatever I want. Because I only made this 2 feet wide, 22 inches I think I made it because of the closet. And I've got it folded here if that bothers me after a while, I can put the fold up close or whatever. I can still see if I drip something. Oops, I dripped a little bit. Dabbity nabbit, why did I do that? I'll have to be more careful when I wipe off the edge. While I wipe off the edge here, I'll wipe that up right now so I don't forget about it and get my sponge out, or my rag. I usually just do a sponge. If this thing stays wet, it dries in a few minutes. You know, if you're just sponging up one little dribble paint or something, okay? There's another tip for you. Okay, now I've got the closet done. Now I have to make a decision. Okay, as I told you, I'm gonna be here for a couple more days, okay? My main goal, I was telling you, if you watch the first of this video, thank you very much. If you're still watching, thank you very much. The more you watch, the more you learn, I figure. And I told you what my goal was for today, was to get this bedroom all put back together, okay? That way I can get all this stuff out of the way, I can get the doors rehung, and I can get the bed moved back there and get things kind of situated a little bit easier here, right? Okay? And so I'm telling you that because normally what I do is once I start getting into the cut-in, start cutting in the baseboard, let's say, I'll go through the whole house, whole condo, or whatever, and I'll cut in and do around all the baseboard. Not just the bedroom, but the hallway. You see, in the main room, wherever I have the eggshell, I would do all the cut in. But I don't think I'm going to do that this time, based on time and stuff. Can you see that after I do all the cut in this room, that's going to take a while in itself. This is going to take a while in itself to do all the cut in the hallway, around the door, or around the bedroom door, around the bathroom door, up high, down the steps, boom, 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 boom. And I've got to do cut in on this wall, on the side, the end of the wall. I've got to do the cut in all around this little kitchenette, dinette area. Pull this off, do all the cut in there, do the cut in down at the bottom along the window frames, top of the window, sliding glass doors, top of the trim, top of the rock, side of the rocks, down at the heater. The same color of that eggshell, this little wall, got to cut that in, got to cut in the other side of that, up to the rocks, cut into next to the cabinet right here. So you see, that's all the eggshell. Now, I could do that, and if it's getting too late, I could choose to still sleep here tonight if I wanted. But I think I'm going to do this in the way I was planning. Okay, so I'm going to do just the cut-in this room. Do all of the cut-in. Okay, that way I can do all that. Then I can get the cover plates back on. I can check the electrical outlets, make sure they're straight, make sure they're tight. Reattach that. The plastic anchor was loose. I put some caulking in there the other day, put the plastic anchor in there. Hopefully that'll go back up there. Put the sliding glass doors back on. The closet, if that needs to be adjusted, I've got time to do that. I could pop the two doors on. I've got to tighten up these light switches here because they were loose and they're sticking out. And I thought it was the box, but it's just the screws came loose for some reason. Once I get the dresser put back, I gotta kind of rehook up the TV mount. I've got a glass. I've got a little frame down here that goes across there, and then a piece of glass goes in that. And then that way I can resituate this. I can vacuum the floor. I can put the bed in. You see what I mean? That's going to take me a while. And then, and only then at that time, if I've got more time during the day, fine. I'll come out here and start doing the cut-in on this. Get this all buttoned up. And then this is a real headache for me. Pulling this out, I've got to cut in real nice and clean up against the Naga hide little seat bench here. cut in around this, cut in up there. I'm not even quite sure if I can reach way up high there yet. I don't have a 6-foot ladder with me. I only have that little 3-step thing. And if I don't, I think I can set the ladder, my 3-step stool, on here so that I can get this side, and I'm hoping I can reach all the way over there. I think I can. If I can't, worst case scenario, what do you suppose I would do to get that top edge from that little bit on down and over there if I had to? Or see, I can put my step stool there, and I can reach over, and I can get on here and reach over. But if I can't reach that little top, I can take my extension pole, my little broom handle. I can attach, I've got some masking tape here. I can attach my little cut-in paintbrush on it and use it as a little extender just to cut in that last little bit that I can't reach. And in fact, I've seen them at the store, and a painter I used to use years ago, he had this long handle on a paintbrush. It came that way, and then it had a little crook at an angle, like a 30-degree angle, 40-degree angle, or whatever, and the paintbrush was attached. It was a whole one-piece unit, and you could probably get some where you can attach the paintbrush on. And I used to do commercial stuff, and he would stand down there on the ground, and he would use that and cut in a nice straight line all day long up next to the T-bar ceilings and stuff like that. If there's a desk in his way, oh, no problem, I'll just get up there. And so they have those, but hey, I very seldom need anything like that. So that's what gave me the idea. I just take a long handle of something and attach it on there, and I'd be able to do it. But one way or another, as I was saying, I can finish all this, and even if it's towards evening, at least it's something nice and easy to do. Okay? Something nice and easy to do there. That's nice and easy to do. Cutting in there, cutting in around there, cutting in around the rucks. And if I don't get 100% done, at least I've got the bed out of the way. I can slide some stuff out. If I want to pull the mattress out of the hide-a-bed, I can do that and sleep like that for tonight. Okay, so all I'm saying is always think about your project. What's the next step? Okay, and look at your project as mini projects. M-I-N-I. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you do a paint project like this? One step at a time, one project at a time, one mini project at a time. That first mini project was getting that closet done. My next mini project is getting this bedroom back in done. Do you see what I mean? Don't look at the whole thing as one big old huge thing. It's going to give you a headache. It's going to give you nightmares. It's going to give you like, oh man, how can I get this done? I'm only one guy. My back is tired. I'm not as young as I used to be. This is going to take forever. Why did I even tell her I would do this job for her? No, don't think that way. Give yourself enough time each day to get what you need to get done, and then start all over again the next morning. Okay? And that's just how I'm going to approach this next mini project, getting this started right now. Now, just a reminder for you, I threw a little piece of masking tape on top of the header trim pieces for the doors, for the closet, for the window, and I wasn't too particular about trying to make it super perfect because I figured I was going to have to cut that in after the fact. You see what I mean? And so I just threw the masking tape up there. Had I been thinking about it, yeah, I could have put that masking tape nice and clean, just like I did along the baseboards. Okay, I could have done that. And I probably should have done that, because even if you get a little bit on the top edge, is anybody ever going to see it? Probably not. But because I didn't, I was rushing, and it took me 30 seconds to put that piece of masking tape on there instead of a minute and a half or 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. All your minutes start adding up, a minute, whatever, on all the headers. Do you see what I mean? All the doors, both back and forth, that door, that little closet underneath the stairs too. And so I just ran the masking tape up there tight. I was having a hard time getting up there on my step ladder, trying to see it just exactly right and all that kind of stuff. It'd be easier for me just to cut it in after the fact with my step ladder. And if I tag the top of it just slightly, oh well, because you're never, like I say, you're never going to see it. And plus, there's already some marks up there anyways. Do you see what I mean? So before I start cutting in and stuff, obviously I got to take that stuff down. And I figure, you know, I'll do it now and get it over with. And I'm just, you can tell my mind's racing right now, okay? Because I don't do this stuff every day, but I'm just here by myself. I've got a few more days here. It's not a race. I can take my time and go for it. Oh, do you remember I was telling you there was some paint up there on the edge. There was some paint over here, and I wasn't quite sure how my paint roller could do it, where you could see where I painted, right? And once I started lifting up the masking tape up there, there's this same color underneath my masking tape, where this room once upon a time used to be kind of a light gray color. Okay, 45 years of paint, people painting this. So hey, when it's like that, you still want to do the best you can, but don't sweat it. If you see different things that aren't like up to your snuff, how you like to leave things, just let somebody know. Or before you give somebody a price, a bid, look at the existing conditions. Look and see how many marks are on the walls. Ask them if there's certain gouges they want fixed. If there's, oh yeah, I noticed that the doorknob has a pretty good bugger mark behind it in the bathroom. Do you want me to fix that? May I have to use some drywall and some drywall quick set, or something with some webbing tape and fix it and spray texture it and match the existing conditions. You want that taken care of. If not, when I paint it, just so you know, that's going to be left. Just so you know, the big old gouges are going to be left. Just so you know, the plastic anchors that I see on your walls are going to be left. If you don't want me to do anything, or do you want me to include that in my price? And just so you know, somebody's painted this before, because you can see it all along your baseboards, all along your wall heater, all along your TV piece that's on the wall, everywhere else. You see what I mean? So take care, and hopefully these tips will assist you on your next painting project. Now here's something to consider. All you out there who are a general contractor or a handyman type contractor, an electrician who wants to help somebody do their painting, and you know how to do some painting, and they're struggling with figuring out how to pay you, and they're a friend of yours and stuff, take this as an opportunity to do something about it. Now my friend here, she doesn't have the money to pay me right now, and she's going to make it up to me. She goes, you know, I'll take care of you, VideoJoe. You know, I could use the condo here up at Lake Tahoe 2 or 3 times if I wanted. She could do that. We could barter, okay? If not, and if I don't want to come up here and decide not to come up here, check this out. This is, you're not going to see much, but it's nice and grassy out here. Look at that. There's Lake Tahoe right there. Unbelievable how close it is to Lake Tahoe. Nice green grass, nice little area. So I could do that. Another thing I can do, and what I'm going to do, and this is the reason why I'm making videos, is because I'll put it into a video course and maybe offer it for sale on different platforms, not YouTube, but different other areas, or do an electrical one and do a course. And hey, for purchasing the electrical one, I'm going to show you, for a bonus, I'm going to give you a video series that was 10 hours long of me painting a condo, and how you can be a better painter or whatever, as a thank you for purchasing my electrical course. Or I can do a whole painting series and include this in with that. So that's why I'm spending a little extra time here making these videos, so I can post them on my YouTube channel, so I can post them on Facebook, so I can post them on Twitter, so I can post them in some different areas. And in fact, I'm going to be making a phone app for my videos, and I'm going to be working on that here shortly. One of the things I can do is promote my painting stuff. I can promote my electrical. I can promote my ceiling fan stuff. I can promote my plumbing repairs. I can promote anything to help people save money around their house if they're a homeowner, if they're a renter, or whatever it is, and they don't want to pay a plumber $250 to come out and replace their sink, or $250, $350 to replace a toilet, $450 or more, $500 to replace a garbage disposal in a sink. Well, I'll have all kinds of videos like that. Pay somebody, who knows, another $450. Does that sound? It might even be more to remove a bad dishwasher and install a new dishwasher. And you know, I'm going to have videos of all kinds of stuff, so I'm kind of excited about that, so that I can promote myself more, so that I can help more people save money around their house. What better ways to do it? And because you know, this is just the type of stuff I know how to do. I know how to fix a lot of things. Am I a professional at anything? No. But I know a lot about a lot of different things, and have taught myself and have learned things along the way. And when I get done with certain things, I can make it look just like a professional has done it. Make it look just like a professional painter has done this. When I get all done with this thing, are you gonna, and somebody walks in here, are they gonna know that an average Joe did this? Or are they gonna think that they spent $3,500 or more to have a professional company come out here and paint their condo? You see what I mean? That's what my videos are all about. Okay? So if you got any questions and you're curious about, hey, Video Joe, where's your phone app? What's your phone app name? Hey, Video Joe, where's your Roku channel? Hey, Video Joe, I'm looking for some other courses. I don't want to learn anything about painting, but I'd sure like to know. I already do painting, but I'd sure like to know if you got a video series or a phone app for drywall repairs, because I'm always looking for someone, and I'm paying my friend for doing drywall repairs, and if I just knew how to do them myself, I could make that money. Instead of paying my friend, I don't have to coordinate with him, and if he can't come out, it's like, okay, how am I going to do this? And the owner, they want me to repair drywall, and if I don't know how to repair drywall, and if I can't get somebody in here, then I can't do the painting project. So hey, if you got a question like that, ask me. Send me a comment, send me a question. My YouTube channel, wherever else you find me. And as for my YouTube channel, lots of times, you know, you leave a question or comment expecting a return reply. You find someone who's got millions of views and all kinds of subscribers. Are you ever going to hear from them? And are you going to hear from them in a timely manner? Well, right now, I try to check my channel, you know, pretty much every day, but for the 4 or 5 days it's going to take me to do this project, I decided I opted not to bring my computer here and work on it late at night and all that kind of stuff. It's just, you know, I'm giving myself a slight break on that, but it's only going to be, what, you know, when I get home, I'm going to check. First thing I'm going to do is go to my YouTube channels, and I'm going to see if anybody left me any messages or on Facebook, and try to respond to them. I try to do that. Now, lots of people don't do that, so, you know, test me out if you want. But in any case, I'm just trying to give you different ideas about monetizing your knowledge. That's what you need to do. It doesn't have to be for DIY. It can be anything. Anything you know how to do. You can make a video course on it. You can make a podcast on it. You can do any number of different things so that you're making money in your sleep. Do you remember what Warren Buffett says? If you haven't figured out a way to make money while you're sleeping, you're gonna be working for the rest of your life. No joke. And that is pretty much true. If you can monetize your knowledge, put it down, make videos, spend some time. Have you seen my face hardly any yet on this whole video course? I don't have to talk to the video camera. I can just talk. I'm talking to the wall.